Newton's first law states that an object at rest stays at rest unless acted on upon by an outside force. The object here is the soldier, and the outside force is the enemy soldier, as the soldier is called into combat by the presence of the enemy soldier, forcing him to move forward. Here are two more examples of Newton's first law, the first being the enemy soldier. He was at rest until the other soldier came into play, thus throwing him into motion. The other example here is the stick, at rest until the enemy soldier swung it in his hands, bringing it out of motion and into motion. Here is an example of Newton's second law of motion, which states that an object in motion remains in motion unless acted on by an outside force. The object in motion here is the soldier, as he was running until brought out of motion by the stick of an enemy, which provided a force greater than his, stopping him in his tracks. Here is another example of Newton's second law, the force in motion being the stick until it was stopped by the blocking arm of the soldier. Here is an example of Newton's third law of motion, which states that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The forces on the stick, the hands of the soldier, had enough force to break the stick in half, showing that the action of the soldier had an equal and opposite reaction on the stick. Here is another example of Newton's third law of motion, as the uppercut of the enemy soldier had enough force to send the soldier sprawling backwards. Here is our third and final example of Newton's third law of physics, as the kick from the soldier was enough to send the enemy soldier sprawling backward. Here is our third and final example of Newton's second law of physics, where the enemy soldier was in motion until he was stopped by the force of hitting the tree. And finally, here is our third and final example of Newton's first law of physics, where the enemy soldier was at rest until he was pushed down the hill. Now, this is what I like to see right here. Two enemies who have fought with each other, agreeing to set aside their... Oh. Well, I guess that's that. This has been Sam Buisman and Joey Lochner's Newton's Laws of Physics video. Sam Buisman directed and acted in this work. Joey Lochner acted in this work. Griffin Schmidt was our cameraman. Sam Buisman also did the editing and voice recordings on this piece of work. Thank you for watching this video. I truly hope you enjoyed it and learned a little bit on Sir Isaac Newton's 3 laws of motion.